It's very wet and swampy down here, but it has been pouring for the last couple of days here in central Ohio. Appreciate you guys sticking through the video. I'm not going to run any ads. I'm not going to say like, share, subscribe. Go out and live your life. But I appreciate you sharing a little bit of mine, and I will not waste it. I have noticed over the years there's a lot of trash out here, whether that's metal detecting, Boy Scouts, Army, you name it. Trash is one of the biggest things that gives things away. Now, I'm not going to leave anything out here. I do like that Slumberjack cryptic. I kind of hated it at first. I got an AR with cryptic on it. T-shirts, 511 hats. It's grown on me over the years, but definitely in certain climates and times when it gets really dry out here, I favor this one. I definitely like this setup too. These bungees are just amazing. There's no doubt in my mind, as long as you didn't have a tree fall on you. Yeah. So much for looking up. Look at that mess. That's okay. But I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the USGI. Probably 1970s era. But definitely, right up close and personal, it's like this sticks out like a sore thumb if you're standing right here. But again, you back off 30, 40 yards. It's not like the military's latest rendition. What was that camo called? The ACU. It was basically like zebra stripes and only blended in with other zebras. That was horrible. They've changed to like a Marpat. What's that camo everybody's got to have? Now you know what I'm talking about. The tactical camo. Multi-cam. That's it. I don't know if multi-cam would fit in on that or not. There's a little bit more white dots in that. But I definitely like this setup. I keep 2 of these ponchos in my rig. One doesn't have any kind of knots tied. It's just a poncho made to be worn as a poncho. Hunker down, light a candle under it, that kind of thing if you had to. But it stays in my middle top back on that middle pack, so that no matter what, I know where my tarp / poncho is. The second one though, I kind of like it the way that it's rigged out. I want to say I got this at a surplus store for maybe 20-25 bucks. That was back in the day, probably 8 years ago, and it has held up strong. I've probably only used it like 10 times, but for what it is, it works good. I want to say it's 10-year Industries or Orc Industries. The Slumberjack, I have not put it through its paces. What I like most about it is the color, honestly. I like that it's bigger, it's definitely lighter, it's noisier. The flip side doesn't have the camo on it. I've heard people complain about that. It's more of a white color, but it does what it does. There's plenty of videos out there. But as far as setting this up in an emergency, I mean, if you throw a Gore-Tex bivvy underneath this with one of those climate, I don't know, blow that thing up, put it inside there, keep your clothes on. Yeah, you could make this work. And again, it wads all up. The bag is attached to it, so you're not going to lose it. It turns inside out. So that's the cool part about that. It doesn't get lost. I don't know as far as longevity. I mean, sticks, stuff like that. I'm not. As I've gotten older, I mean, it's one of them. I used to be a fair weather shooter. And so at the same time, I would not take my guns out when it was raining, certain guns. But then after a while, you reach a certain age and you just quit giving a crap. You really do. But now it's like I just soon leave them outside, take them outside, get them wet, do whatever, live your life kind of thing. But the same with these. If I get a hole in that, I am quite literally going to take a piece of black Gorilla Tape and slap it on there and not give a crap. And I'm going to keep right on going. Beyond doesn't bother me. If like a mountain lion came after my hot chocolate, I would quite literally back my way to my car and I'd just let this shit go for a couple days because all of this is replaceable. I think I got that pack for like $50. I've done more work on the straps with freaking beeswax than I have anything. The waterproof bag was $6. I mean, this little stove rig setup is, $30, $40, $20, $30. That tarp there was $100, but none of this means anything. It's not the gear, but it's cool to have gear, but we're rambling now. So, but yeah, definitely. I want to like this one more, but I probably won't go anywhere without this guy. So that's it.